Okay, game 2, horror against NonY. In the bottom left we've got Tyler NonY Wasilowski. My Polish is pretty bad. It's actually not existent. And this is HoRRoR, the German Terran. Not too sure about his real name. So yeah, this is Andromeda. We'll have to wait and see what both players do. No, he's scouting after Pylon. That's pretty early. He's gonna go through the middle to check for proxy barracks. HoRRoR is kinda infamous for being cheesy, or at least to have been cheesy. I'm really not familiar with Star right now. I mean, in the games I saw from him up to now were against Nemo, and in them he didn't cheese, but his macro play wasn't too good either, so I don't know what to think. Anyway, we see that both players scouted each other. I can't tell whether they're standing like in W mode, so I'm gonna assume you'd say so. Again, lag issues. Okay, cute Mano Pylon from NonY. Why isn't he attacking it with those two blocked SUVs? He lost probably, I don't know, a lot of damage he could have dealt to it. Or a lot of mining that he's doing right now. And he's just ignoring it. Of course he needs the Marine to defend against the Zealot. And his micro is kinda lacking. Lost 2 Marines and didn't even kill the Zealot. Even though at this low HP it's not gonna be very good. Okay, just now he killing the Pylon, not rebuilding any Marines. I really think he should have gone for a few more Marines. This attack probably won't do a whole lot of damage because this Zealot is so wounded. But it could have put a little bit more pressure, I feel. Okay, HoRRoR getting a second command center on his mirror only. NonY pushing, but the tank just got out. And it looks like he's gonna actually commit to this attack. And if he snaps this tank, he's gonna be very good for him. Wow, he did snap the tank. That was extremely unexpected. HoRRoR just needed to pull an SUV or 2 and he would have been fine. But now NonY has so much freedom. See, he immediately changed his build. Well, I don't know if he planned to go for observer first initially, but since he killed that tank, River is gonna be extremely effective. And not only can he get an effective River right now, but he's also gonna be able to expand before adding more gateways. So he's gonna be in a very good position. Let's see HoRRoR C-bait timing. Excuse me. It looks like HoRRoR actually isn't going for an eBay. He's just adding 2 more factories. Probably planned to go for some sort of really strong push. But this river will really punish it because there's nothing but 3 tanks to defend against it. Absolutely no anti-air, not even a single Marine. NonY being smart, dodging the barracks, flying straight to HoRRoR's base. Okay, and there's no siege yet, I believe. Some nice micro by NonY. I think HoRRoR could have done a better job of microing himself, but both Zeros are dead, so he probably won't be able to do a whole bunch of damage with that shadow, even though two of those tanks are pretty low HP. And HoRRoR seems to be cutting SCVs right now in order to be able to get this also strong push. But I think he really should have changed his plan as soon as he saw the river. Because we see he's even cutting tanks, he's making vultures from the factory of the machine shop. Which is not gonna help him against the river by any means. And if NonY like gets a second river, it's gonna be so fine against it that I really don't know what HoRRoR can do. He's just putting pressure by flying his shadow around HoRRoR's base. Looks like HoRRoR is going for an attack with a bunch of vultures. Speed is gonna be finished in a second, but we see that NonY, because of his shadow, saw those vultures moving out and just planted a pylon wall, which is an extremely smart thing to do. A few more dragoons are popping out of the gateways, and this way he's going to have more than enough to defend against it. Even the river is pulling back, so this strategy completely failed for HoRRoR. Planting a few mines, trying to do some cute micro, but he only killed like 2 or 3 probes, so okay, he's just now adding the tanks to the push. They're gonna be more effective than the vultures, but I think that the river is gonna be strong enough, especially as there's no siege yet. So yeah, 2 tanks already died. Okay, he did get siege, but he's only got 2 tanks left, so he really needs to reinforce if he wants to do something. And he really needs to do something if he's gonna have a chance in this game. Because this attack was rather raw-ish. But even though he reinforced with 4 vultures, it's not gonna be nearly enough to get a strong container or anything. NonY just steamrolled that attack and didn't lose a single unit while doing it. NonY looks like he cut some probes, which was very necessary and smart thing to do. He knew that all he needed to do was to stop this initial push, because HoRRoR cut so many SCVs to do it. And not just SCVs, but expansion timing and turrets and whatnot. NonY is getting a second river right now. Still hasn't started third nexus. Very good by him. Just knows that he needs a lot of units right now. At least he needed to until a minute ago. So right now he can transition into expanding and building probes again and simply powering it up. 2 rivers are gonna be more than enough to put a lot of pressure on HoRRoR right now. He's only got 2 tanks, that's his entire army. He had a second machine shop, but he doesn't have the economy to support all those factories right now. He got a nice third perimeter, but just look at this, NonY is again simply attacking. Only 3 tanks for HoRRoR. The 2 rivers are gonna be enough in order to deal with the tanks, and those dragoons are just gonna be very effective in killing HoRRoR. So yeah, you even see that NonY was probably moving another probe in order to expand again, knowing that he had a big advantage. So yeah, this game was partially a build order loss for HoRRoR. Not exactly a loss, he was behind from the initial build orders. I mean, I could see this sort of extremely fast push with 4 factories before eBay and stuff work out against some sort of Protoss openings, but definitely not against NonY's safe one with the river. And losing that initial tank was very bad for her also. So yeah, that's about it. Let's move on to game 3. NonY is already up 2-0.